Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Recap and Record podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy. This is my co-host Los, and we're back, and it's episode 5 of House of the Dragon season 2. And we were
Regent.
coming. Yes, Regent. Is that how you? Okay, thank you. I was struggling with the word. You know me, I can't read, and so
Regent. What'd you say? How did you?
That would have been my guess.
Regent.
Regent. Those two, whatever. Okay. You know, yeah. So it's and what is the? Do you know the definition of that word?
Well, it's kind of like, I think it's like interim. Like it means like interim. So if you're the Queen Regent or King Regent, like you're just in place, the interim until the.
Oh, that's the term they use for Aemond. Okay, got it.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, like Cersei was Queen Regent for a while when she was killing off her damn kids to take over the throne. You know what I mean? Like she killed her. She literally just Tommen, she
toss that little boy just right there.
Yeah, she basically led him into his own demise. Like, what the what a mom. What if that was your mom? Yeah, she sent her daughter to just get prostituted.
I saw a tweet today that said that, like, yo, give it up for the actress. I apologize, I don't know her name, for playing her and being like the best character on TV ever. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, she, tossed her baby, pushed the boy out the window.
But still a good character.
Yeah,
though.
well,
like,
of course.
You could be a villain. You could be a bad. Like, I ain't gonna lie. So
True.
That's what I'm saying. I like a good villain, right? So, I'm a One Tree Hill boy. Yeah, I don't know if you ever watched One Tree Hill back in the day.
No, and I feel like, have you told me?
It's corny.
What's it about? Someone like they
white.
die
It's
and
all
come
American
back or something?
It's all American, but white.
Okay.
And before All American came out, did you ever?
And
watch
I don't even know
All-American?
about that. No, I know nothing. Jon Snow.
So, well, it's like Dawson's Creek mixed with.
And now I'm on a third level that we're not even. I'm here, and you're
it's like Dawson's Creek. Well, that's some white shit. I'm saying
I don't know Dawson's Creek either.
I'm surprised you don't know Dawson's Creek.
I don't. So now I have to go watch. I now have to go watch.
You look like Dawson. You look like Dawson, motherfucker. Like,
I now have to go watch 3 brand new white centric series.
So it's like Dawson's Creek mixed with sports. So it's these brothers.
I don't know anything about sports.
I know, and they play basketball. But I say I like a good villain because the most hated person on that show was the father, Dan Scott.
Yeah.
That's my favorite character of the whole show because he's the only one that actually develops. Like he's a dynamic character. He goes from villain to the hero by the end of the show. And I don't want to spoil why or how, but I loved it. And when I tell people that Dan Scott's my favorite, they be like, how's that your favorite? I'm like, bro, he's the realest nigga on the show.
And that one's Dawson Creek.
No.
One Tree Hill.
One Tree Hill.
Okay, One Tree Hill. Okay, I'm going to.
I just used Dawson's Creek as a reference.
As the fourth analogy that I didn't understand. Okay, got it. So one I'm so sorry.
I'm telling you look like James Vanderbeek, motherfucker.
I mean, hey, but I don't got checks like him, so pay me. You know what I mean? No. But I'll watch it. I'll find it. What's it on, like Peacock or something? I'm sure I'll find it.
One Tree Hill, Max.
Oh, I got it because I'm paying for House of Dragon. Yes. Perfect.
Yeah, it's like nine seasons, like 22 episodes a season. It's
good Lord. It's going to take me 8 years. It's going to take me so long.
Megs will like it. I think Megs will like it.
All right. I'll pre-watch.
She didn't already watch it.
Any violence or gore?
No.
Okay.
There's some fake violence, but it's family oriented. It's lovey-dovey.
Okay.
It's amazing. It's a feel-good show for me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because, I live in a rough world, bro. The streets is tough out here, man. So I need to escape into this other world sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean,
That
was years ago. I did that binge years ago.
Into white people land. You gotta imagine you're a white person.
Peace.
I love it.
Peace.
All right, dudes. So this episode, man, of course, we said it last week. We know what's coming. We can't have a ginormous dragon battle without an episode after it that's just kind of cleanup. What happens immediately after that? A lot of dialogue. We move some stories forward, but not a lot of action, really. The one time we got action, it was actually pretty funny. We didn't. And so we just kind of see this is the aftermath of Rook's Rest, right?
Yeah.
And
I don't want to say I didn't like the episode. I don't
right,
want to say that because I
right.
like all the
I
episodes
liked
for real,
it.
for real.
Right. Yep. Yep.
But this episode was disorganized as fuck. Like it was just it was disarray, and I think that was on purpose. I mean, like I'm gonna give it benefit of doubt. Like
Okay.
the creators made this episode because it's to be reflective of how the people
Yeah.
in the show feel. Like
Right.
everybody's in disarray and
Right.
disorganized right
Right.
now,
Right.
and like it feels like nobody knows what the hell they're doing.
And we have to just
Even on Team Green, even though
Yeah.
because they're the opening scene,
Yeah.
which is the Maylease parade.
Dude,
That was the worst thing they could have did, and they don't even realize it. Like Kristen Cole doesn't even realize that was the
right.
worst thing they could have done.
And that's just a testament to the storytelling of the show, and just kind of I think where it's at and where we're going. And then I'm hoping we kind of find a middle ground, and then just arrowhead in, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, dragging the head of the dragon through the city, listening to the people and what they're saying. I think the most prominent was, I thought dragons were gods.
I thought yes, that was Hugh's son said that. Yeah, that was definitely a quotable line. I thought dragons were gods, and he was like,
"Nah, just meat,
son. They're just meat. They're just meat." This is definitely war propaganda.
Yeah,
This is propaganda all the way. You know what I mean? Slain by your king, Aegon, right? So that's a lie. That's propaganda because y'all didn't see it. So like we're gonna give you the spin that like Aegon did that when he didn't do it at all.
Yep, exactly.
You know, because nobody's mentioning that why isn't his dragon being paraded in the streets?
Right. Yeah, and we later find out where Sunfire's at, but I mean, it's just no one is thrilled. Like Christian Cole was expecting this big heroic comeback. We've taken like 6 castles, fam. And like we're back. We've got the head of her biggest dragon is dead.
Yep.
And at what cost?
Yep.
And it's like,
Sir Gawain, he said, strange victory if it was one.
Right. And so was it a victory, right, is the question.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then he reveals, I think later in the episode, 900 men they lost. And plus pretty much the, maybe the outcome of the king. And so, listen, I'm pissed and I'm happy and I'm satisfied all at the same time. After I say what I'm about to say, it's going to make complete sense. But as soon as they were done with all their B-roll shots of the dragon head in King's Landing, I said, hey, why haven't they cut down the rat catchers? Like, why are they still hanging?
Your boy was on it, though.
Why are they still hanging? I said, and then plus, so now we're dragging a dead dragon through the streets, and we've got 4-day-old corpses of rat catchers hanging. It must smell terrible.
I know. Did you see the fly? Like, again, the way this is shot and the way the flies that are around the dragon's head, the little gnats. Like, I was like, yo, this show is they do it, man. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing.
And then just continuing that fact that they know what they're doing, we see boy One Eye flaunting front and center
dagger,
his big new cock. Right. Yeah. It just straight up front, and Alicent locks eyes. And that is everything that she needed to know about the events of what happened. And so she struggles with the truth throughout this entire episode. Right.
Yes. And yeah, we get a lot of again disorganized and we get a lot of misogyny in this one. This is that old school Westeros misogyny that they bring into the forefront in both castles, in both kingdoms. And it was crazy. But yeah, like what you said, Aemond flaunting the dagger, and then they bring in Aegon, bring him into the Westeros ICU. You know what I'm saying? And they are rushing to this. My man looked like barbecue chicken out there, bro.
So some of the Valyrian armor has melted to his skin. He has
Yes.
multiple broken ribs, a broken
You see them
hip,
crack the bone back in place?
a
Oh,
broken leg. And pretty much severe third degree burns on 90% of his body. It's not
yeah.
good. Um,
Yeah, he definitely
uh,
looked like a chicken breast cutlet, boy, like on the grill, man.
yeah, yeah.
He looked like a Chick-fil-A grilled filet, man.
Yeah, and the way, I mean, obviously Allison is there and worried, but the way Aemond comes in and just stands over the bed and just like soaks it in, like he's like regaining his powers, like he's really
Yes.
satisfied with the
Yeah.
outcome of exactly what happened here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's everyone. This is, you know me, I love this saying because I do it in real life and in business. This episode was a lot of chess moves.
Yes.
Everyone's making chess moves, and eventually it's going to pan out, and someone, some king or queen is probably going to fall, right? So yeah, it's very interesting. And on that note, I just wanted to bring up something random too that I saw on Twitter circulating throughout these last weeks. Targaryens and fire. Everyone was assuming, because of our knowledge of Dany, that the king would be just fine.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
Targaryen. He got hit with dragon fire. Why is he not perfectly okay?
Oh, people thought that.
And
People thought.
so,
The only reason why she withstood the fire though was because she was under that spell, like that witch's spell. That's the only reason why that happens. Like I don't. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Perfect
Otherwise,
job.
you're gonna die.
This is why you watch the recap and record podcast, because we bring you the facts. Not all Targaryens can be burned by fire. Dany was special under the spell of the witch.
Yeah, because if she didn't even get that spell, she would have been burnt to a crisp too, like fucking around. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So
Right.
yeah.
And then just to kind of end this whole opening scene off, Alicent and Cole, this is the first interaction we get from them, and it's trouble in paradise.
Yes.
She's kind of not really happy with him. He's not happy with her. He's just really trying to get that lemon salt off that sword.
Yeah.
And
that was hot. That was cool.
He's not giving her any answers.
I know, and she's not used to this. Like she's like, oh, this is my boo. Like now he's giving me the cold shoulder. Like,
Right.
and it's like even when they were in council, like she really thought that he was gonna like kind of step up for her. He thought she was gonna step up for her. Like she's like, and Larry Strong he's slimy and slick. He's like, oh, so what do you think, Kristen Cole? Like he putting it on the forefront, and
I love
then
it.
my man Cole like,
I love it.
I'm glad that he had to, I mean, he stood on business though. Like he was like, yo, I can't show my hand. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I gotta be real. Like, Aemon's supposed to be in charge. And it's funny because again, we talked about I'm talking about the misogyny in the small council, how like once she thought like, hey, it's probably my job. I'm probably the best person to step up into this because I got the experience, whatever. And then everybody was like, but you're a woman, but you're a woman, but you're a woman. And she said to the one guy, basically like, bruh, like you ain't basically she said you ain't never bust your gun before either. Like, what are you talking about? Like you talking about war? You don't even know what war is. We ain't never been to war.
And that was the struggle between Allison and Rhaenyra this whole episode, right? Just dealing with their male counterparts and knocking them down on those pegs, and just that misogynist. Yeah, it's just a struggle for both of them. And then, I mean, that's my next note. Rhaenyra struggles because she's again being questioned by her council of people that just are like, hey, like, come on, let's go. Hey, bitch, come on, what are you doing? Hey, bitch, we just lost 2 more castles. Hey, you're not retaliating. Hey, they're winning this war. Hey, where's your husband? We're waiting on this army. Like,
yeah.
So, and it's just the same question over and over again. I'm sure it's even harder for her now that Rhaenys is gone. What would you have me do?
Yep. Well, good thing that she has Massaria though on her side. And she kind of opens up her eyes a little bit, and that's another backdrop that we see in this episode is the fact that like sure, Team Green might feel like they on top, whatever, but like they have a city that is about to erupt. right? They got a lot of
Yeah.
bad things, whatever. So Masaria tells her, like, there's other ways that we can win this war. And I said that in the last episode. I said it's gonna take strategy. It's gonna be something that's non-war related that's gonna help Team Black get an advantage. Like, because they might not
And
be able to win on the battlefield while Damon is going through his, vision
right.
quest. And while Rhaenyra is basically coddling her son and not letting him do his job, like she might not be able to win right now doing that.
Yeah.
But like if the people of King's Landing turn on Team Green,
Hey,
there's the opening there.
here it comes. And dude, I just had a thought. Damon is on an ayahuasca retreat.
Yes.
He's sitting in a tent.
Yes.
He's inhaling chemicals, and they're telling him everything's gonna be okay. And so okay. Before we get to his wild dream, his wet dream of the evening,
What the fuck?
we'll
the
get
fuck
there,
was
bro.
that?
Just hold on 1 second.
Oh.
We've got Jace kicking off his second secret mission. Okay.
I love it. I love it.
And so he comes. He's like, "Yo, I gotta do something. I gotta go get Damon.
I'm riding out.
I gotta go get Damon. I gotta go get this war started. We gotta get the dragons pumping." Like Vagar's down. Everyone keeps talking about Vagar needs to rest. They need to attack now. And so, but Bela's like, "Yo, bro, chill out."
Yeah, your
And
mom
he's-
knows best. But
and
he's
it's-
like, no, she actually don't though.
It's one of those situations where then he just takes a second and he breathes and he figures out, like, wait a minute, if I go to the twins,
Yeah, to the freight. Yep. That's the name I
then-
could not think of last week. Like when we talking about River Run, we talking about the Tullys, but yes, the
Yeah.
phrase. The
And
phrase. That was
so now it's like, yo, bro, hey, our boy Chase out here single-handedly securing the North, okay, the Vale, and now the twins. Like I'm pretty sure if I read, spoiler alert, in the lore, I think does he become king? I think maybe at some point in the timeline. Maybe not in the show. I think maybe after
after some people die. Yeah,
we'll
some
get
people
to it.
got die
I don't know,
first,
maybe
yeah.
eventually. But like, so homeboy is making his mark. And
Yes.
he's starting to look more and more like daddy, okay, in this episode. And I think it's one of those situations
Real
where-
daddy,
Yes.
strong. He look like a strong boy.
Yeah, and I like it. I like his chess moves in this. And I mean, when he was meeting with them, like he bluffing the entire time. Does he have the right to give Harrenhal? Does he have
Yeah.
oh yeah, you got it. Bet after this war you can have it. Sure.
Yeah.
What?
And he's like, how you afraid of dragons when I could burn y'all niggas down right now? My man is right here. Like if y'all want it like that, we could do that.
Yeah, right. Like where are we at, fam? Like
Don't start no shit. Won't
right.
be no shit. I'm here in your face right now, so you better bend that fucking knee, or I'm gonna burn this whole shit down. So fuck with me. Okay. Oh, protection. Okay. All right.
So
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
That broken ass castle that don't got no. Yo, that's the wettest castle I've ever seen in my life. Like there's just rain falling inside of the castle. It's crazy. Like that's.
go for it. We all
Yeah,
got
go-
15,000 soldiers. Cool, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, guys, listen, we couldn't do season 2 of this podcast without bringing some extra friends along. So we have incredible news. We have partnered with Central PA's newest business opening here in the Camp Hill area. It's called Fantasy Axe Throwing, okay? These guys are a perfect match for what we are doing right now because they're not just your typical axe throwing place with the modern lanes with chains and everything. It's just every room is a different theme. They've got their enchanted forest, they've got their Vikings room, they've got their warlock's lair, and they've got their king's castle. You can sit in the Iron Throne itself in the king's castle. So, you know what I mean? Whether you're the king or whether you think it's Rhaenyra, like whoever wants to sit in the throne has to do so at Fantasy Axe Throwing. So what we have done is we've partnered with them, Los, and we've got a promo code, okay?
Okay,
So if you
okay.
go to their website to book any hour of throwing on Sundays, that House of the Dragon is on. So if you book your Sunday appointment at Fantasy Axe Throwing, get it done in the evening, then head home for the 9 o'clock premiere of each week's episode. If you use promo code Westeros, you're going to get $5 off your ticket from the Recap and Record podcast. Savings on to you. So you can check out our friends at Fantasy Axe Throwing at their website and on Facebook and Instagram, fantasyaxethrowing.com. We'll have links on the screen and everything down below in the description for you to check out there. And of course, maybe if you're lucky, you'll catch Los and I there throwing axes. We've got our passes set up and reserved, so we're ready to go. You excited, man? I'm
excited. That's dope, man. I was like, dude, dang, they got all the theme rooms. I'm like, yeah, that definitely takes it to a different experience. And then, so you can have your own little team black, team green party. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Go there and then, see who's really who's really on top.
Yep. And it's a BYOB establishment. They do sell light refreshments there and some snacks as well. Is family friendly. They like it to be 12 plus. So if you've got some younger ones, maybe in the teens there to start, but adults, families, parties, couples, date nights, make it happen.
Oh, we about to turn up.
Dude, Fantasy Axe Throwing. I mean, yeah, it's great. So head to their website. You can see, click on the Book Now button. You can see all the available times, the rooms, and everything you need to get yourself booked and start throwing with our friends at Fantasy Axe Throwing.
Dope, real dope, man.
And so we cut to Daemon in the first scene that we see him out of the castle, out of Harrenhal.
I was surprised. I was happy. I was like, okay.
So
and he kind of bitched up a little bit though. Kind of got bitched up a little.
So he's trying to secure this Bracken army. He wants his new friend Blackwood and Targaryen Daemon to partner up with the Blackens and be like, look, I'm gonna burny toasty s'mores you on a Saturday weekend, or we're gonna fight this war together. So bend the knee. Yeah. And homeboy's like, fuck off. And I swear to God, I was waiting. I waited 35 minutes for him to say Dracarys and then get barbecued. And then it cuts to him on a rock. And I laughed out loud because they called his bluff.
They called his bluff, and he did not bust his gun. He didn't, and they was like, damn, that's surprising. Like they would rather, die than to succumb, whatever. Right. But it's like, but then he realizes like I actually need people like that on my team, though.
Right.
I mean, so I can't knock him. But that was the key thing that he said to Blackwood, though. He said, "Yo, do whatever you got to do to beat them." Yeah. And that's gonna come back to bite him later on in the episode, and we'll talk about that for sure. But definitely, and that's why he's not fit to be the king. He's not fit to be a ruler because he, I think sometimes you got to do whatever at all costs, but like you allowing them to do what the things that the lords end up, saying that they've done. It's like, nah, bro. And he even said, he's like, yeah, dude. I mean, hey, as long as I don't got to know about it, do what you got to do, and it's gonna bite him though. It's gonna bite him.
Yeah. And so we get to
the dreams.
Daemon's dream.
Oh my God. All right.
So first of all.
All right. Yeah. Go. You go. And then I'll go. But like, go ahead.
Never. Hot take. Never mind the relationship. Shorty was fine. So like, it was enjoyable to watch.
Yes.
Right. And so.
There was two things that I thought of though when I seen that. But go ahead.
So this was another half of a spoiler for me, unfortunately, on Twitter. So I saw like a caption that said, "You're my favorite son." And then I assumed like, fuck, Daemon probably fucks his mom. And so he really, it's like he thinks, and this whole thing really put it into perspective for me. This is why he's at Harrenhal. This is why he's not leaving. This is why he's making the moves he is, because he's playing house. Because this is his opportunity to be king. This is his opportunity to rule this castle, to tell people what to do, to have an errand boy, this old lord that's still there, to do whatever he wants to do on a daily basis. And so whether it has to do with Rhaenyra or the war or anything else going on, he will deal with whatever demons he has. And unfortunately, One of them, I guess, is some mommy issues. Like, because
But when I was watching it though, and so we need somebody to correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah,
The woman, I swear to God, that was Viserys's first wife. That looked like Rhaenyra's mom.
I
That looked like Rhaenyra.
mean,
That looked like the old queen. And that's why I was like, oh shit, he used to like, because I'm thinking that's a dream. I'm like, oh, he was smashing Viserys's wife this whole time. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? But then she's like, oh yeah, because Viserys, he ain't like you and this and that, whatever. But then when she said, yeah, my favorite son or something like that, and I was like, is that mommy? Because that's
yeah.
weird. If you
So,
having dreams that you're doing that with your mom, it's wild.
okay,
But she looked like the old queen though.
two things. Two things. One is a fact, one is a question. I'll hit you with the fact first. It was his mom. And her name is Princess Alyssa Targaryen. She was the mother of late King Viserys and Daemon. And Princess Alyssa was the first rider of the dragon Meleys before her death in 84 AC. Wow. So she was the original rider of Rhaenys' dragon, right?
Okay.
And so my question then to you would be, do you think ever, with us knowing that Alice, his kind of little crush in the castle he's got, we know she's a witch. We know she has some form of whatever, she hears shit in the wind.
Yeah.
She hears the whispers in the wind. So she's got some form of intuition, whatever. Do you think she's the one conforming these? Because
apparitions,
because she said in the episode, so what's up with your mommy issues, right?
Yeah.
And he turned to her and was like, wait a minute. And then he got good news. So he had to go off somewhere else.
Yep.
So what, is she controlling this? Is it the castle? Is it her? Like, what's the connection? It's just, but it all stems from the same place, the fact that Daemon is not king.
Yeah,
officially of King's Landing. And then we find out in this episode that that's obviously his goal, no matter what Rhaenyra says or does. And it's like, it's like homeboy's done. Homeboy's done. And he's on his own mission. And he's like, I saw a thing on Twitter. I'm like, he's like, Daemon's me playing video games. Fuck the main mission. Fuck the war. I'm going to go do all the fun side quests and just run around in Grand Theft Auto with a 5-star rating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's he's just chopping wood, having a good time, doesn't even know how to use an axe.
I know, motherfucker thought he was tool time with the Targaryens out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like, what the nigga, you not Tim Allen, bro. Get out of here. Like put that shit away.
That's so funny. So
yeah, that was weird. So that's what I'm saying. But it looked out. Somebody gotta. I'm telling you that it might be his mom, like portray. But I swear to God, that was the actress that played the wife, and that's why I was like,
I'll have to look that up. I'll look that up.
It just looked crazy, and then it makes you think. The question is like, did he ever? Because the Targaryens, they get down weird. Did he ever smash his mom back in the day? Like what the fuck? Like why would you have that? That's taking it to a whole nother place. Like, is that where we're at with this family stuff?
Bro.
I know about the edible complex, but like that's worse than that.
We're cutting off babies' heads. We're cutting off teenager Rhaenyra's heads. We're murdering people with fire as dragons, having sex with
your
mom. I don't know, man. I don't necessarily know where I rank that on bad things that they do. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this is twisted. Like, so I ain't gonna lie. Like, I love the show, but like, I want to see what this Hedge Knight stuff is about because it's like maybe it's not gonna be as twisted as
something's going on. Something's definitely up. So we officially then get Aemon elected. Of course, we kind of touched on it already. Is the scene with Alicent where she's kind of having this anxiety attack? Is she scared of losing power, or is she scared of Aemon being in power, or is it both? Is it all the same? Like, because she even says in this episode to I think coming up her second interaction with Cole, like, you see what Aemon's become, you know what he is, and she said that about Aegon, like in the previous episode. So it's like, what this hatred kind of monstrous vision that she has for both of her children now, also stemming to the point of like, hey, this is kind of a hypocritical moment for you because like you were quick to put your son on the throne because you didn't trust a woman to be in charge either. But now that all the men are shooting you down, you
Yep.
have a problem
And
with,
now you got a problem with it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think it's both, and I think there's a third thing. I think she's anxious because she's worried. She wants to make sure that this Plan B concoction that she took takes. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, that's the one thing that we don't see the aftermath of that. Maybe
Yeah.
it just works
Yeah.
automatically, whatever. But I think she's still connected
Yep.
to Kristen Cole, at least mentally, emotionally, whatever.
A little
So
bit.
like, yeah, I think it's a little bit of all those different things. But like you said, like it's the hypocrisy is crazy because it's like you yourself probably didn't really trust a woman being the ruler because you told yourself that Viserys picked Aegon. Like even though like you didn't ask any questions, you just kind of rolled with it, you know. And now now you want to take control, but they're like, nah, chill, mom.
And even just flashing back to that moment, as soon as Viserys said those words to her, you would think that maybe the smartest thing to do would run to her best friend Rhaenyra and say, Rhaenyra, your dad said that Aegon the Conqueror, and he's gonna be. It's not you. It's Aegon, and she would have said, "Wait, the Conqueror? Oh, that's the song.
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, actually, I'm sorry, friend. Like, calm down. We'll this is you. We can no. You know what I mean? Like, we could have avoided the whole.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah. And it's just this. It's kind of this whole 360 with Alicent. You know what I mean? Everything she was against in season 1, she is now trying to gain the respect for in season 2, and it's like some not really working kind of in her favor. And then just real quick, she has a second interaction with Cole here, just trying to get any information and just verification out of him that she can about what happened to her son. And she spits 2 lines at this man in this moment. She says, in regards to their relationship, has your loyalty faded, or does it only flourish at night and flee the sunrise like a moth?
Yes. That was a bar, and then it was a bar when he said, but and I took this is a double entendre. He said, "Haven't I spared you? Haven't I spared you?" So like I look at it like I'm keeping you away from, you know what I mean, all this whatever, but also too like I'm also keeping you and I keeping your secret also, like because it's granted it is my burden too because I'll get in trouble if people find out about this, but like haven't I spared you enough, you know? And it's like, ooh, but that's the thing again when I mean those kind of connections and stuff like that, like everybody feels like they owed something, you know what I mean? And that's how she's looking at him as a lover. Like she's like, you owe like I mean, you supposed to come through for me. And he's like, like, no, like you no, I'm playing my position now. Now I'm playing my position where I'm supposed to be.
Because,
I'm the side nigga. I'm just the side nigga.
Right.
I mean, like
right. I didn't say it, you did. But like, hey, bro, guess what? We gave the war to the dragons. Like, bro, so a soul of body fall to ashes. He was like, yo, get up, bro. And he fell to ashes. Like he saw people on fire. He's scarred for life. He doesn't like dragons now. And so I pray to God he burns. And
I know because he's realizing his own mortality. Like I ain't built for this dragon war shit, bro.
And in that same line that you just said, he said, what
I'm the side guy.
No. Before that,
oh, haven't I spared you? Haven't I spared you?
He said, haven't I spared you enough, Alicent? And she says, don't you ever speak my name. She said, I didn't give you permission to speak my name. It's your grace, like, or whatever the fuck they have to call her. You know what I mean?
It's just, yes.
Yeah. So
yeah, that's juicy. I ain't gonna lie, that's juicy. And she be looking so good, bro.
Are they? They're like, are they our Jaime and Cersei Lannister kind of couple of this universe? Like, I mean, it's
in terms of like
they have that love-hate relationship,
appropriate, inappropriate type, love, hate, inappropriate, appropriate type of yeah.
So then we cut to the boys meeting at the Twins. Didn't know how this was going to go, and obviously we've already kind of touched on it. Just a badass moment. Like, look, you'll bend the knee. I'll give you what you want, and he secured that whole nomination, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't really know who those people were or what importance
They're phrased, but I don't know.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly. I don't know exactly what their names were. Like if who that guy was, who
right,
the woman
right,
was. But yeah,
yeah,
and that's again, they're not doing a good job of name dropping in this season. I
bro,
need more name drops.
bro,
Like we know the one guy that don't like Rhaenyra is Sir Alfred, but like what's it like? You know what I mean? What's
yeah,
his last name? Like
yeah,
who are these people? I like that they've been expanding a little bit. You know what I mean? We were in the Vale this episode. We were at the Twins. We're in Heron Hall.
mhm,
But it's like I need more. I need more of that. You know what I mean? Because in previous iterations of the show, we knew who was on the screen, and they did a good job of like, oh, he's gonna matter this time. He's gonna matter here. He's gonna
right.
matter there. So
And
yeah.
that's what I've been seeing on Twitter all week has been these maps of Westeros and how like basically it's more complicated than like overseas with the UK and all those countries they have over there. Like it's so big, it's so
Yes.
vast. There's so many houses in the north that we don't even know about.
Of
There's
course.
so
Yeah.
many. It's just yeah, it's so much to keep up with, and it's just like we just got to take it as it comes,
Yep.
right? You
Yep.
know, so
Yep.
good to see Stark in the flashback in the beginning of the episode. By the way, again, just
Yeah.
to remind us he's there and coming. So man, we jump to our boy.
Okay.
We jump to our boy Corliss.
Oh, yes,
And
yes.
he's
A lot of mourning, man, this episode, man.
yeah, yeah,
In the very beginning, they show him,
yep,
mourning. We get Bela mourning,
yep,
and then we have them together.
yep,
You know what I mean? And she has a proposition for her grandfather.
yep. Yeah, yeah. So we see Rhaenyra talking to her beforehand, and I assumed that that's what she was giving in the box,
Okay.
the hand of the queen, just because we obviously assumed it was probably going to Rhaenys either way, but Corlys is obviously the next up, and so but he's not coping well, man. He's hitting the flask. He's extremely sad. He didn't end on good terms with his wife. I mean.
Yeah, I
You know
know
what I
the last thing he
mean?
said, the last thing he's, they
Yes.
last conversation they had was not too positive.
But just a second win this episode for the children.
Yes.
We've got Jace out here making historical generational moves and alliances and deals to win a war, and now we've got Bela just kind of being like, "Look, grandsire, you gotta fucking like, she wasn't just your wife, homie. She was like the queen to never be. She started this war. She got us a dragon. She took down the king. Like, she's advancing. Like, let's go. Buck up. I want you in
Yeah.
the castle. I want you with all your lords. I want you happy. I need you to be focused. By the way, you're the new hand. Take it or leave it." And then he's like all emotional, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
so he's like, I get it. I love women now. And so I want it to be you. And right.
Yes, yeah. And she's like, I'm
She's
blood and
like,
fire.
I'm Damon's baby. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You need salt and sea
Salt and
to
sea.
yeah, I mean, yeah,
Yes.
and that's the thing though. One thing I gotta say though, although they didn't have the best last conversation, they probably have the most secure relationship of like almost any couple in this Westerosi time, whatever. Like
Yeah.
they are a good couple, and like they talked about how like the Hall of Nine, like Driftmark,
Yep.
all that stuff that all those successes, like those were those are trophies for his wife. Like Driftmark is like the Taj Mahal. Like that's what Taj Mahal was. It was a building made for this
For the
man's
guy's
wife.
wife. Right, 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 right,
Yeah,
right, right,
so
right, right,
so
right,
that
right.
is like his version of the Taj Mahal, but it's like it means nothing. It means less to him now because she's not here to enjoy it,
What's he
and
gonna
like
do?
he
What's
really
right,
loved he really loved that woman,
right.
and so do you think he gonna him clutching the pin made me feel like he is
It's a
gonna accept the
yes.
position
Yeah, 100%.
because he needs some purpose now. Like he has.
He needs purpose. He needs Bela. If Bela can't be his next of kin, then he has to make her happy. Like if
Yes.
and this is gonna make her happy. So boom, we're doing it. and it would make Rhaenys happy, and that's what she would have wanted, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
it's yeah, that was a good kind of the way they shot it and the storytelling of his grieving was, I think, a solid wrap on his on her death.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
this is where I get lost. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know what happened. I don't know the reasoning. I think maybe sort of kind of hopefully we can put the pieces together. Damon being woken up by these peasant common folks mad
Yeah.
about their
They weren't
villages.
peasant common folk. They were lords. They were lords
Okay.
of the river run. Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
in the area. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Yes.
And so
So,
is this what Blackwood was doing? He was like destroying their village to hopefully get the
yes, yes. So remember, early on in the episode, we just said that like Damon gave Blackwood the instructions, like, "Hey, do what you got to do." You know what I mean? And like, I don't need to know about it. You know what I mean? I'm not giving you approval, but like, I'm looking the other way. And again, now this is coming back to bite him because sure, you won a little battle, right? You won a
right,
battle, but like now these people are like, no, bro, like, whoa, 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 this ain't about. You know what I mean, they're exploiting this war. I mean, you let no wonder they're doing it because they're under your rule.
right.
You the same guy that orders somebody to kill a baby. You know what I'm saying? So like now you sending them to destroy our churches and destroy our sacred things. They are pillaging and assaulting women. Yeah, we don't want to use the grape word,
Yep.
but like yeah, like they're pillaging and they're doing their thing with our women. They're stealing. What's going on? And you know what? Fuck you. Like we not bending our knee for
Yeah.
you. And what you gonna do
Okay.
about it? We don't give a fuck.
That's what I thought.
That's what it
Okay.
was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So
Middle of the night. It's like, yo, what time is it? And that's what I'm saying. Like nobody is respecting this man's rule.
no,
Brackens have already
no.
said, like, bruh,
Yeah.
I don't care, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh,
Nobody's
wow.
respecting his rules. So then these
Damon
lords come.
thinks he's king. He's getting people turning their back on him. He can't get the Riverlands. He sends this guy on a wild goose chase. He ends up just killing a bunch of women. Oh, and so it's not going well
No, it's not going well. Yeah, and
as
they're like,
King
and nobody's respecting them.
Damon.
Yeah, and that's funny too when he was like, "Don't you think that consort, like, yeah, because wasn't it
Oh my
your
God.
king
He was
consort,
like, you need to call me king. And he's like, well, you're not
consort?"
my lord. You're king consort.
Yeah, he's like that last part
Yeah, it
seems a
doesn't
little
matter.
useless, right? But it's like, no, that is your position. And it's funny because as ruthless as Damon is,
Right.
when he did not burn the Brackens when they didn't succumb, it's still he does know his position to an extent, even though he has these aspirations of being on top.
Yeah.
He knows he ain't allowed to do that. So
Yep.
that's why he didn't, commit that act of war,
Yeah.
so to speak. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? He knows he don't really got the juice. And all these people are showing him like, yo, you don't have the juice. We don't fuck with you. Like,
And like, what's he got? He's got some farmers and some hunters with a little bit of meat and some wood that he's rebuilding Harrenhal with. Like, for what?
yeah,
Like, okay, bro, like this castle's gonna be destroyed again in 20 minutes because Vagar's gonna come land on it. Like, whatever.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's just him as a king isn't going well.
Yeah, nope.
And
it's
so
not.
we cut to this shot then of Rhaenyra's and the white and the White Worm's secret plan to win the war with someone else. So they sent the maid,
Yes.
and so she gets to King's Landing, and once again we are putting our trust in a random let me pick this one guard to get us into the castle secretly.
Yeah.
Like Damon did with the plot, and now with what she's doing. So is it just that like all knights just do what they're told for the paycheck, but at the end of the day they're all talking shit on their boss?
No, you know what it is?
Like,
They're from the the same Secret Service that was protecting Donald Trump over the weekend. That's the same.
Listen. Apparently, it was up to the PA State Police to protect that area of the
Oh.
thing.
Yeah, so
And
maybe
why
that's
you
what
would put your trust in Pennsylvania State Police with a billionaire's life, let alone a president's life. Get the fuck out. We couldn't get through the episode. I didn't bring it up. You did it.
I did it.
You
No,
did.
but I'm just saying that that's
No,
the
yeah.
comparison. Like it's a
Yeah.
lot of I think it's a lot of jurisdiction
Man.
discrepancies. Like people like, wait, well, am I supposed to be doing this? Am I supposed to be doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess you're allowed in here.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's because he said what, the white worm? Like, so the
Uh-huh.
white worm, yo,
She's got
people fuck with
gangsters.
her. People fuck with her, and that's what she told
Yep.
her. And she
Yep.
said, "Let people do what you can't do. Like,
Yes.
there's another way to win this war, but like, let other people do whatever." So the people love her. They
Yes.
must love her because
Yes.
it's like you don't work for this team. Whatever
Yep.
you work on the other side,
Yep.
but you still letting somebody infiltrate.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, and so do we see what her and the only thing that we see with her for the rest of the episode is her knocking on a door, someone says her name and she goes in.
Yeah,
And that's it.
That's it. Yep.
And
Yep.
so what do we
I
think?
know.
Like what
Well,
what is the secret way to win the war? Do we know this already? Am I missing something?
well,
What?
I so we brushed over it, or we didn't brush it over a little bit. We talked about the commoners, but Hugh is a character again. He shows up. This the guy with the sick
The sick
daughter
daughter,
and
right?
the
He
poor.
wants the money for the machines that he built. Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, so you have something's gonna happen with the regular people. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because I don't know if a revolt is
I
enough. You know what I
think,
mean?
and
Because they don't have weapons
yeah,
necessarily. They can't fight the whole
yeah,
Kingsguard and
yeah,
everybody.
yeah.
But there's something there with the people that is the key to
Uh-huh.
turning the war around.
Yes.
And we do see that in the trailer. Like it
For
looked like
next week.
there's
Yes.
there's like a
Yeah.
riot of
Yep.
some sort,
Yep.
and Allison is like trying to protect herself.
Helena is with her. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So the people are going to be the key to balancing the scales a little bit.
How appropriate. How appropriate.
Yep.
For the times.
Yep.
So yeah. So okay. Interesting to see what's gonna happen there. And maybe that's just it. Maybe she's the messenger. She goes to like White Worm's second in charge inside of King's Landing and like, here's the code word. We're going to war. Tell the people on this day at this time, this is when the attack happens. And
Okay.
so when then Rhaenyra comes in on her dragon, the people of King's Landing can create chaos to better the Kingsguard will be occupied with the people of the streets. They're not paying attention to the dragon. It's a better advantage.
Probably. Yeah. I like it. I like it. I like it. The last bit of strategy that was made in this episode was a conversation with Rhaenyra and her son Jace.
Yes.
And they talked about, like, it's talking about dragons, and it's like,
Yep.
but we got this, and then he's like, we don't have a dearth, which is like a scarcity. We don't have a dearth of dragons. We need some dragon riders, and then they're just throwing out this idea, and you threw it out there earlier in the season. You was like,
We're
well,
gonna
yeah,
see
we
Uncle
think that other
Yep.
people are gonna get some of these dragons, some other
Uh-huh.
dragon riders. She's
Uh-huh.
like, but so then the histories matter. So it's like, all right, now we got to look at our family lines.
Uh-huh.
Like, are we going to give it to a Mallister? Are we going to let a
Uh-huh.
Mallister ride this,
Uh-huh.
whatever? And
Jace
so,
is like, yeah, why not?
yeah, basically, why
if
not?
he survives the test. And
Yeah.
we kind of get more info on that in the trailer too. It's like that's why we almost lost the other girl that we sent away. The younger daughter who doesn't have a dragon.
Raina, yeah.
Raina.
Yeah.
And we did see a scene with her real quick. I think we skipped over the woman,
Lady Jane.
The woman that she was talking to,
Lady Jane Eyre.
Yes, Lady Jane Eyre, and the actress's name is Amanda Collin. And
yeah. So how'd you feel about that? Like, who was being disrespectful? Like, was she being ungrateful, disrespectful? Was the plan to send her on Rhaenyra's part? Was that like a little bit delusional? Like, because I seen that online, like there was a little bit of a dispute. People were like, "Oh no, who the hell does she think she is? No, who the hell she thinks she is?" So what did you take with that?
Yeah, I think
that conversation.
They both. I think it was an equal tennis match. I
Okay.
think that's why it ended kind of, like, oh, you're coming to dinner? Great. This will be your room. We'll see you later. Like, yes, we promise you dragons. Yes, they're a little small, but you got two. So it's pretty much like one big one. You go to the York Fair, popping off this week. You get two small prizes you trade in for a big prize. And so it's like fine, but then at the same time, like this lady, she's like worried about the war coming to her place, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Does it ever get there? Like, I don't think like that you need to be concerned about your role. Like
Exactly.
Rhaenyra wouldn't have sent her eggs, her dragons, and her youngest daughter, who doesn't have a dragon, to you to be safe if your land wasn't safe. So like, calm
Yes.
down. Also,
Yes.
I'm pretty
And,
sure this girl's like a Targaryen princess. I know obviously this one also probably is of her land too, but like
well,
hierarchy.
she's a vassal. She's a vassal, meaning that like we're letting you hold this down, but like at the end of the day, yes, there is only one way to take y'all out,
Yeah.
and it is through a dragon. And
Yeah.
like we got dragons, so we
Yeah.
we could definitely like fly over this thing and burn y'all to a crisp if y'all and take this castle if y'all want to
Yeah.
keep acting
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. And so they're going to basically just find through the history and the paperwork all of the possible potential thinnest 20. They're kicking off 23andMe. I didn't know that we had 23andMe back in 84 AC. So they're going to kick off the first 23andMe campaign and find all the Targaryens with at least a little bit of blood. And look, if you want to audition, cool, you're probably going to die.
Mhm.
But you could, if you win the lottery, ride a dragon. How fun would
Yes.
that be? Think about that.
Yep. Yep.
And then just one, I think, last other bit that we missed was a scene of Aemond. Now that he's in power, he gets right to work and he's just kind of staring at the throne. Still not sure if he wants it. It seems like he does, but like at the same time, I don't know. I'm not sure. And so he's not sitting in it. So it's not like an immediate thing. And then obviously Helena, who knows everything, just asked him if it was worth the price.
If it was worth the price, yes. I was like, oh man. Oh man.
So, and then I think since we've already gotten into it, the trailer for next week is I think the only other scene I think is Aemon visiting Aegon, and Aegon looks a little bit more healed.
Yeah.
And from what I've kind of read, just because book lore keeps spoiling things on Twitter for me, I think he's fine for a few more months, and then things will start to happen. So we'll
Oh, okay.
see where Aegon's fate lies, and the ruling and the power and everything else. But it's gonna be an interesting. We're only on day 7, now that we're now that we're in next week, and so now we're on to what, episode 6. We have 3 left: 6, 7, and 8.
I know. So it's got to turn up pretty soon, and the penultimate episodes typically are epic. So like we're gonna get in. I don't know what's gonna be next week, but then the week after that is probably gonna be a big showdown of some sort, and then the finale.
Yeah.
So we'll see, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited though.
Yeah, I think we've definitely got a battle between Aemond and Daemon coming. Rhaenyra is getting antsy. She cannot sit in the castle any longer.
Yeah.
She can't really. What do you think? We saw one last shot of her council member riding out off to wherever he's going, and he's off to save the day at his
Yes.
land.
Well, he's gonna. She basically sent him to summon Damon, and he's like, "Well, you got a
Oh,
message?
that's right. That's right. He's going to
You
get
got a
Damon. That's
message
right.
for
That's right.
me?"
That's
And
right.
she's like, I just want to know his intentions.
Yeah.
Like, can you let me know his intentions?" And it's like
You think Damon's gonna kill
that's
him?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a dummy. That's kind of a dummy mission
Yeah.
because like you're not gonna get it's just as bad as sending a raven. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
yeah, he'll look at the raven and be like, "Oh, boom."
Okay.
He gonna look at this dude and be like,
He's
"What?"
not even gonna be there. Like he's
She
gonna
said, "What?"
be dreaming about another relative that he's having sex with or cutting
Oh
their
my
heads off for it.
god.
So it's just like, it's not. Whew, yeah. So what? 3.5 more hours to go, and
Yes.
man, we're in for a wild one. Okay. Any other notes? Any other topics? Any other things to talk about?
No, man, I think we covered it all. And again, man, let's gear up for episode 6. Only 3 more left.
Yeah, 3 more left. And then so Man, what do you listen? Here's an idea. Okay, I know you've said it so many times to me, so many times. You said I don't like it. I don't like doing it, Levi. But what if maybe like, do you think maybe between when this season ends and like the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms show comes on, we like start recapping season 1 of Game of Thrones?
We could probably, yeah, we might be
Maybe,
able to
I don't know.
spin the
We'll
block.
see.
We
I
might
don't
be
know.
able to spin the
Yeah,
block.
maybe like I don't know, maybe like once a month. What? Maybe like one episode per season, maybe.
Okay,
Like a
okay,
season
okay,
perspective of Game of Thrones in between the weeks of the other shows.
okay. I'm
Maybe.
not opposed to that. I'm
Maybe
not
like
opposed to
one.
that.
We'll do like a one a month kind of thing. I don't know. Yeah,
Okay.
interesting to think
Yeah,
about.
just something to keep it. Yeah, keep the algorithms
Yeah,
going. I mean, a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. I don't know because I think thinking back to it, I've only seen. I started Game of Thrones, I think at like season 2 or 3, and I don't even think. I'm pretty sure I never went back and finished season 1. So
What?
I'm
You're
pretty
talking about the season one is the premise of the whole, like the premise of the whole show is based off of season one. Like it's literally all the like season one is like the introduction for all the
I've
conflict.
seen some things. I see the boy get pushed out of the tower. I see some.
Yeah, that's why
I know.
Bran is an invalid. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I know. I've seen Ned in the head. I've seen. So I know the gist of it. I just don't think I've watched it from A to Z.
wow. Yeah,
Think.
I've seen
Yeah,
Game of Thrones probably like 3 or 4 times, bro. Like
I'm
the whole way
more.
through.
I'm more of a Breaking Bad, Prison Break kind of
Oh,
rewatcher.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah. But
I
all
ain't mad
right,
at that.
dude. So all right, episode 5. We'll wrap it up here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Another week, another watch, another hour with you. Hit us on Twitter, hit us on Instagram. Los has been killing it, posting them YouTube shorts. We're talking to Opus to make those even better. And it's going to be a wild ride. So check us out. Links in the description below. Follow Los and the 280 Plus podcast everywhere you can listen there on YouTube and Spotify and anywhere you listen to your podcast and the What Are We Doing podcast on my end. Check it out. And we'll see you guys next week. Great talking to you, brother.
No doubt, brother.
Peace.
Peace out, man.